Good day, everyone. Today I'll be teaching you how to make this pencil skirt. And in order for you to make this pencil skirt, you'll be needing certain measurements: your waist measurements, your hip depth, your hip circumference, your navel line, your returning line, your nail length, and your skirt length. So these are the measurements you'll be needing for you to draft your basic skirt. So as I said earlier, I'm working with hip 34. So I hope you can see it. So this starting point will be my waistline. Then from there, my navel line. Then the next one is my hip. Then the next one is my returning line, which is 18. This returning line is different from your nail length. Your returning line is where your bum stop, like where your bum stop. Then I have my nail length, which is 22. So I'm going to roll it now. So the next thing is to get your waist measurement. My waist is 26 divided by 4. That's 6.5. Then for my navel line, the navel line is 27. So that means I'll be having 6.75. Then my hip is 38. That means I'll be having 9.5. Then the next one. Now this is your returning line. Please let me label it. This is your waistline. This is your navel line. This is your hip line. This is your returning line. And I said earlier that your returning line is where your bum stop. Now you might not really need it, but just to make your clothes more fitted and come out nice, you can put it. Then this is my knee line. Now this is extension of the skirt. Now mind you, I'm working with the length of 34 inches, so that means I will have the rest on the fabric. So then I want to come in by 2 inches, but then on this returning line I want to come in by maybe 1.75 instead of 2. So that means 1.75 minus 9.5 will be having like 7.75. We can actually do the calculation here. There you are, 7.75, which is very correct. Then on my knee length, I want the reduction to be 2. Now the reason why I'm putting the reduction so that you have a pencil skirt. The skirt is pencil, no straight. And now you can determine how pencil you want it to be. It can be just, you can use minus 1.5, you can use minus 1, you can use minus 2. So on this knee line, I want to use minus 2. That will be 7.5. Please pay attention on how I use this cuff part. Then the next one is to connect this from your navel line, connect it to hip. Now do not connect it straight from your waistline. Now if you connect it straight to your waistline, it's going to give you nice result, but when you connect it from your navel line to hip line, there's this way it's going to, even without padding it, it's going to give you this, it's going to make you look like you have hip even when you don't have hip. So you can connect it like this, even when your hip is not hipping. But when you use this method, it's going to give you that illusion of like, oh, you're having hip. Mind you, know that you don't really have hip. But then, so the next thing now is to connect this with this. So we can use our cuff here to connect it together. So now use your hand to blend everything together, because you don't want sharp edge. Then this one, so we can say that if you look at this shape, you can say that it's giving a nice figure 8 shape. So assuming you are just connecting it from your waist to your hip, you are going to have something like this. You're going to have something like this. Mind you, you can see the difference. So if you are connecting it straight, you're going to have something like this. So you can see the difference. So that's why you are doing it this way. Now mind you, let me say something concerning this method. You can use it for people that don't really have a tummy, because there are some people that their waist is just the same thing as their bust. So you might not be able to use this method for them. But if you have someone that have flat tummy, or the tummy is not that really big and you want it fitted, and second, this kind of style, you don't really need that for it, because instead of putting that, you can see the difference. You will notice that instead of us putting that, if you actually do it this way, let me try and do it. You actually do it this way. On this place is like 1 inch. It has eradicated the dart taken. So you don't really need, especially if you want to sew a skirt without front dart, you don't really need to. Using this method will give you that nice effect. So you know, if you do this method, you may still need to put that and the likes, but using this method, you don't need that for the front, and it's still going to be very nice. So I'm done with the front now. So I'm going to cut it out. Then I'm going to show you, because I've showed you earlier the style I'm working with. So because we're still going to have something like a design on the front pattern. All right, let me cut it out. So I cut it out, and this is the result. So it's making it look like I have that kind of hip. So now the next thing is, this is what we're working with. This is the style that we're working with. So the next thing is to just draft it out, then I'll trace it out. So from my hip, I set 2 inches below your hip. That's when you start your pattern. 2 inches below your hip. Okay. Then, because it is necessary you analyze the side before you start it. Then the next one, the width of the style is around maybe let's use so let's use 8 inches for the width. So for the length, let me use 7 inches. Then for this two, so let me see anything. 26.7 for thereabouts. So I'm done with the front pattern. So you can see the style line. So I'm done with the front pattern. So I want to move to the back pattern. So I'm going to trace this out to get for others, like to draft. I'll trace this out then, so that I'll use it to cut the other fabric. All right, thank you. Let's move to the back pattern. So this is the back pattern. If you notice this part, I didn't really put navel line. Reason because I'm going to be putting that at the back. So I'm going to be putting that at the back. So the next thing is just, this is my hip depth, the returning line. That's what I'm putting. The next thing is that I'm removing the navel line, because I'll be adding that to this. So the next thing, what is my dart? And this is zip allowance. So my waist is 26 divided by 4, that's 6.5, plus 1 inch for that, that's 7.5. Then the next thing is to move to my hip. My hip is 30, that's 9.5. Now for this back now, because I want the outfit, like this skirt, to follow the silhouette of my back, like to follow the shape of my back. So I'm not going to make it straight. Like, I'm not going to make it straight. I'm going to come in here at the center back. So I don't want it to be straight. So this time around, this is my returning line. This is my returning line. So of course, this is our zip allowance, right? So I'm coming in by 1.5. You can come in by 1. So I'm coming in by 1.5. Now remember, in the front pattern, I actually reduced it from the return line by 2 inches just to make it pencil. And here already, I reduced it by 1.5. So I only have half inches that I'll be coming in from this side. Now, if this is coming in by 1.5, that means our zip allowance to start from here. And that means my main measurement, which is 7.5, to start from here. So let me say it again. Of course, I'm not putting another line because I'm putting that. Now this is my waist plus 1 inch for that allowance. This is my hip. Now on this part, or this is my returning line, I am coming in by 1.5 from the zipper allowance, just for, and the reason why I'm putting this is to make the skirt follow the shape of my bum bum. So that's why I'm coming in by 1.5. That means at the end of the day, this one no longer, I will cut this out, and then from this 1.5 that I came in, I will now measure another 1.5. That one will now serve as our zip allowance. Then from there, I will now measure the 7.5. Remember, how did I arrive at this 7.5? My hip is 9.5 minus 2 because I want it to be pencil. So, and when I minus this by 2, I have 7.5. So that is why I now measure the 7.5 here. So now let me, then from this place, I want to contour this zip area to this waistline by half of an inch, so that everything will look well and fit well at my back. So if I come in here by half inch, that means I'm going to turn this back by half inch. So then I will connect it. You can connect it straight to your hip line, or maybe 2 inches above your hip line. So I'm connecting it 2 inches above my hip line. This, I want you to watch this video over and over again. I'm very sure you will understand. Then of course you can connect it straight here, but I really don't want to connect it straight like that. So I want to come down by maybe probably 1 inch. There's no rule to that. You can connect it straight, but I just want to. So I now have it like this. So this is all I'm having now. So by the time I wear it, it's going to follow the shape of my my bum bum. So the next thing now is to join these lines together. Remember, I've added half of an inch that I actually deducted from it. So the next thing is to connect it. You can connect it like this. I said that the reason why I didn't connect the front is because I'm not having that, and so I have to make it. So you connect this like this, and this, and this. So now I don't want sharp line, so that's why. So now this is, then I'll be adding extra 12 inches because it's not enough for the length of the skirt. Now for this is a show. If you're adding this to your blouse, maybe you're making down, you can decide to come down by half of an inch. Then you can now do it like this way. But since it's skirt, it's not necessary. So this is back pattern and very simple. You can do it to add your sewing allowance on it. So let me just add it on it also. So I'm adding allowance of 1.5 to it. So for this part, you can come in by 1 inch, is your choice. But we have our skirts now to be like this. So I'm going to cut it out and I'm going to show you the process. So I want to cut it out. You can secure the paper on the fabric by using pin. The next is to add my sewing allowance on this fabric, which I'll be using 1.5. So I'm going to cut it out. The next thing is to cut out the back pattern. So I'm going to put the fabric on the put the pattern paper on the fabric and cut it out too. So this is the front pattern. I'm done. Like, this is the front pattern as I sketched the other time. So this time around now, I want to join this front. This is the front. So I want to join this front part to the back, and this is the back. So I want to join it together. So let's. So because me, I use the sewing allowance is 1.5. So I'll start it. So I have 1.52. So please take your time and make sure you click correct measurement. I'm fixing the zip. As you can see, I've finished the other part. So I want to show you how I'll finish this part. So you're going to look at this lace and you're going to chalk it. So after you chalk it, you're going to open it, and also you're going to make sure that they are on the same place, same line rather. So you are going to do it like this. Now you are going to sew it. So I'm going to sew it. So after that, I'm going to cut out the excess zip, and then on this line you're going to take note. Then you're going to sew. So this line is just serving as our guideline. So this is the line. You're going to sew it very close to the zip. So the next thing, because before you turn it out, you are going to, cut it in a diagonal line or in a diagonal way, so that it won't be bulky here. So that it won't be bulky in that place. So you're going to cut it in a diagonal way, so that it won't be bulky. So then please make sure you remove excess zip. You don't want it to be bulky. Then you can now open it this way. Please take your time. Then you're going to, the next thing for me is to, so as you can see, this is the front and this is the back. You can see that both of them, they are aligning, so they align very well. So it's not as if one is longer than the other. So that is how to fix in your zip, especially when you're sewing clothes that you don't have to put lining. So now the next thing for me is to remove the thread, and I will fit it. Then after I fit it, if there's any amendment or adjustment, I can do that before I fix in the bottom.